Good morning. Let's stand, and we're going to, this is an a cappella service, so we are going to sing Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. Yep, it's up there for you. And we have a few of you doing percussion, right? Do the best you can.
Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Yeah! Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. You got it. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Yeah! Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your heart, everyone. Open your heart, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of the change. Don't be afraid of the change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. One more time. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come
Nice. A house full of musicians. Welcome to Namakwa Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are glad you are here. This is a come as you are congregation, and you are welcome, just as you are, even in bare feet. I want to extend a special welcome to any of our visitors. We would love to stay connected, so please sign up for our communications in the back at the main entrance, and we promise we won't spam you. Here at Namakwa, we foster a beloved community that celebrates diversity, strives for peace and justice, acts mindfully for the planet, and inspires spiritual growth through a free and loving search for truth and meaning. We honor the ground that we walk upon and acknowledge that this land is the traditional and ancestral homeland of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples. We recognize and honor the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land, and we vow to reconcile the deep wounds that still shape our world today. Today, this is the Sunday morning worship service from our UUA General Assembly. Those involved in the service are listed in your order of service handout. Our service will run a little bit longer than usual, but please stick around and join us for coffee hour after the service in Parker Hall, where we're going to be celebrating Jen and Pete's 39 years of anniversary. We're going to raise a glass to them, a coffee cup. This Saturday, July 5th, at 6:30 to 8:30 is Dances of Universal Peace. They're going to meet in this sanctuary for an evening of sacred music and dance and community. Next Sunday, July 6th, the theme is Saved by a Poem. Worship Associates Jan and Wright and Anne-Marie Kajenki will host a fireside sharing of poetry, so please bring a short poem that has sustained you, and please come prepared to share that, both the poem and how it has moved you. All other events can be found in our weekly newsletter and at the back of your order of service. And a special thank you to all of the volunteers, our tech team, our hospitality team, the folks that get this place ready, our ushers and hosts. Thank you for making today's service possible. It takes a family.
Love is the center and foundation. This is by Sheri Woodbury. Again, we reground ourselves here in our highest values.
Love is the center and foundation of its faith.
Love is the power that holds us together as a community. As we enter into worship then,
Let us open our hearts to the healing power of liberating love.
because love is not only something we receive, but something we practice in community.
Let fall away all that might distract us from the wholehearted practice of love.
Let us be accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love.
As we continue to listen and learn to act and to grow,
May each unfold in wholeness.
both deeply, lovingly, and truly loved.
While we are lighting our chalice, let's do our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to speak the truth in love, and to help one another. We'll share in the spirit of community by greeting each other, a brief greeting this morning, and then we'll begin our video. Throughout the video, you are welcome to get up if you need a stretch break quietly, or if you need to use the restroom, just be quiet as you do that. But we're going to move pretty much through the video. It's a pretty long one, and that you get to see the majority of the UUA.
For hundreds of years, people of various cultures have invoked the spirits of their ancestors. Through rituals, ceremonies, and practices, they call the names of those who came before and ask for their guidance, their wisdom, and their courage in the present day. Audience participation. This morning, we call forth our theological ancestors, those dreamers and seekers of truth who rejected the religious thinking of their times and birthed the one-time heretical traditions known as Unitarianism, Universalism, and Unitarian Universalism. Hear our call and be with us now.
We call forth our Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Wiccan, African, Asian, indigenous, and spiritual ancestors, carriers of the wisdom of ages, who represent the traditions of our racial and ethnic identities.
Call their names.
Hear our call, be with us now.
We call forth the great thinkers and leaders, the bold and courageous, the rebels and the resistors, the builders of nations and makers of peace, those who fought for change and inclusion and justice. Hear our call, be with us now.
We call forth the ancestors of our blood and of our choosing, those who brought us into the world and who, by their love and guidance, have loved us into the people we are today.
Amanda Thomas, Kimberly.
Hear our call, be with us now.
Beloved ancestors, we, your children, the embodiment of your visions and dreams, the keepers of the flame of our faith, call you into this space to gather with us, to be with us now. And we welcome you too, all of you, to the Sunday worship of the 64th General Assembly of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Come, let us worship.
We gather as a sacred convergence, people born of earth, and we will return to our sacred bodies, temples of ancestral roots once entangled in the deep brown soil, a people made of mycelium and stardust.
We are a people of the south, the north, the east, and the west winds, shifting like dandelion puffs in the sun, steadfast like tender buds on prairie fire crabapple in May, when the tornadic fury leashes and when hail dings the human maid, and red-tinged birds sit deeply snuggled on pale blue spheres.
Rain and the swift mountain rivulets are our tears. The greening sky and mammatus clouds foretell our revolution. We are of the flood, just as we are the gentle droplets that quench thirsty croplands under rainbows, just as we are of sea spray and lemonade and the waters of the bowl in which the priestess dips her fingers before dedicating the newborn.
We are a people of the flame, once and still leaping orangely as protective light. We create shadows on the wall with our joyful movements. We are the fire on the parched mountain. We are the spark of passion. We are warmth embodied.
We light this chalice, flame of our ancestors, symbol of evolution, fire that ignites the future unfolding. During our time together, let us be reminded that everything can be changed with a tiny flame. Beacon of our lineage, lighthouse on our journey, bonfire where we will dance together in the darkened forest.
Please rise and body our spirit and join us in our opening hymn.
Gather the Spirit, harvest the power. Our separate fires will kindle one flame. Witness the mystery of this hour. Our trials in this light appear all the same. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Gather the Spirit of heart and mind, seeds for the sowing are laid in store, nurtured in love and conscience refined, with body and spirit united once more. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Let the Spirit growing in all, drawn by the moon and fed by the sun, winter to spring and summer to fall, the chorus of life resounding as one. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again.
Once upon a time. Oh. That's my favorite part. Can I do it again? And you can do it with me. It's so much fun. That's why it's my favorite part. All you have to do is put your hands up like this. Ready? Once upon a time. You're very good at that. There was a young person named Robin who spent every morning reading or watching the news. They liked to stay informed. Lately, though, staying informed was getting more and more difficult. See, every day there were news stories about despair and destruction. To help deal with the stressful news, Robin would play their flute and it would clear their mind. It usually worked. One day, though, no matter how much Robin played, it didn't help. Instead of the music chasing out the bad thoughts, the stressful news was chasing away the music notes as Robin played them. Then, Robin remembered what their grandmother always said: "The harmony of nature has the greatest power." So they went for a walk. And as they walked, they connected with the world around them, remembering they are just one small part of a larger web of existence. They watched the bluebirds fly across the sky, and the ladybugs walk along the blades of grass, and the water flow through the creek over the rocks and pebbles. Can you make the sound of flowing water or of birds in the sky? Let's hear. Very good. With a few deep breaths of appreciation, Robin began to feel better. They walked so far, they made it to the center of the bustling town. As Robin walked through town, they saw so many different people. Aisha, a local shop clerk, was wearing a hijab and putting out fruits and vegetables in front of her store. The colors of the fruits and vegetables matched the colors of her hijab, making a beautiful portrait anyone would admire. Oh, they also saw their friends, Eric and Gil, being pulled by the hand by their young, rambunctious children, yearning to get to the toy store just a few doors down, so they didn't have time to chat. Oh, and Robin saw their friend Lynn across the street and waved. Lynn rolled over in her chair and gave Robin a big hug as they caught up. Can you give yourself a squeeze like you're getting a hug from a dear friend? Robin thought about how all these different people on this one street each had their own experiences and cultures. Robin felt blessed to be surrounded by such beautiful diversity. As Robin walked, the music played. So they followed the sound of beginner musicians trying to find the right notes all the way to the local community center. They walked in and saw a group of children in a music lesson learn to play all these new exciting instruments. Robin smiled as they watched the children rejoice over all the different sounds they could make. Can you silently pretend to play an instrument? You can strum the guitar, or rock the saxophone, or even play the flute like Robin. Yeah, I see y'all rocking out there. Oh, Robin noticed a bulletin board at the community center that was covered with flyers advertising opportunities to volunteer. There's not much I can do about the news of the world, but look at all the things I could do right here. So Robin looked over the bulletin board and saw the community center was looking for a volunteer music teacher. Perfect! Robin signed up and felt the warm tingles in their body that meant they were doing something right. They felt the joy of connecting with their community, giving what they could, where they could. Robin left the community center and turned to see, a crowd of people of all ages holding up signs and chanting in front of City Hall. Robin learned that there was a big corporation that wanted to come and build a factory in their town. Now, the company promised to bring lots of jobs to the town, but the company also had a history of polluting the waters near their factories. So the crowd of activists were demanding that the town protect the local lake and the wildlife that depended on it. Robin felt inspired. They chanted along with the crowd, signed petitions, and signed the mailing list to learn what to do next. Let's chant along with Robin and the activists. Repeat after me. Ho, ho. Ho, ho. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. We want clean water every day. We want clean water every day. Very good. By the time Robin got home at the end of the day, they were exhausted. But they also noticed something else, too. They noticed they felt lighter than before. They felt the weight of the world off their shoulders. Instead of dwelling alone on the news of the morning, they opened themselves up to the possibility of what the day could bring. They reconnected with their community in nature and with people. They reflected on the world in a new way as they walked through town, allowing themselves to be changed by what they heard and saw and felt. Robin was grateful that they took their grandmother's advice to go outside. They felt connected to their past, grounded in their present, and hopeful for the future. We tell this story as Unitarian Universalists because we are aware of the world we live in. We are terribly aware of the pain in the world. And we know the world is more than pain. When we hold our values close to our heart, when we let love be the guiding force in our lives, we can navigate and find our way through this world. We, like Robin, can be transformed through living our values. May we each feel connected to our Unitarian Universalist faith, not just on Sundays, but every day. Thank you.
Now, Katie's going to cut the video for a second so that we can do our offering, because each week you support the work of this congregation and all the ways that we live our values in the world through your generosity. In addition to supporting this church, part of your donations support a local nonprofit organization helping us to make a difference beyond our walls. During May and June, we are offering half of our collections to the Loveland Community Kitchen. We also support them by volunteering on the first Friday of each month. The Loveland Community Kitchen provides food for people who are hungry, conversation for people who are lonely, rest for people who are struggling, and a voice for people in need. If you would like to volunteer, you can talk with Sue Matthews or Sharon Knorr, and Pete and Jen are going to be passing the basket around, and Katie's going to continue the tape, so it's going to be running during the offertory. Thank you. Lots of love and all that heavy lifting she did.
Volatile markets, a trade war, controversy over citizenship, foreign interventions, businesses closing, economic turmoil, global uncertainty. 1815 was a pivotal year for the United States. It was also an important time for the birth of American Unitarianism. The War of 1812 had ended in February of that year, a war between the youthful United States and Great Britain over trade, commerce, maritime rights, and the meaning of U.S. citizenship and territorial expansion. With the ending of the war, William Ellery Channing, a liberal Congregationalist and minister of the prominent Federal Street Church in Boston, Massachusetts, and his colleagues anticipated a better, if not calmer, year. They were wrong. A different kind of fight was gaining momentum, a fight not waged with cannon, fire, and bayonets, but with convictions and ideas that would revolutionize American religious life forever and give a name to a growing body of religious liberals. What had become known as the Unitarian controversy had erupted in 1805 with the election of Henry Ware Sr. as the Hollis Professor of Divinity at Harvard College. Ware and a growing number of Congregationalist ministers were challenging core Calvinist doctrines, including original sin, the nature of salvation, the interpretation of the Bible, and the Trinity. And many of their parishioners were embracing this emerging liberal theology. It was a quiet revolution that was never meant to be a revolution at all. By 1807, the liberals held the majority of the faculty positions and the presidency of Harvard College, and the conservative wing of the Congregationalists, the ones who called themselves Orthodox, meaning right thinking, responded forcefully. They issued critical pamphlets, launched periodicals, shunned liberal colleagues, and established their own theological school, Andover Newton. The Orthodox began calling the liberals Unitarian as an insult. This theological feud would ebb and flow until 1815, and that's when Orthodox minister Jedediah Morse spearheaded renewed attacks on liberal ministers. He wanted to expose these ministers and their liberalism, separate them from their Orthodox colleagues and their congregations. In a calculated move, Orthodox ministers refused to exchange pulpits with their liberal colleagues. Jedediah Morse also wrote a book entitled American Unitarianism. A book was an attempt to brand the liberals as heretics. by associating them with an English form of Unitarianism. The intention of these efforts was to isolate the liberals, and instead it consolidated their resistance. And so from his pulpit at Federal Street Church in Boston, we now know as Arlington Street Church, there you are, William Ellery Channing began answering these attacks publicly, emerging as a spokesperson of the liberal movement. And let's be clear, he did not do this alone. He had lots of colleagues and family members and people in his life supporting him, including women, people of color, who often get left out of the story. Then, in this very city of Baltimore, on May 5th, 1819, Channing delivered the ordination sermon of Jared Sparks at the newly gathered First Independent Church of Baltimore. The sermon that became known as Unitarian Christianity embraced the label Unitarianism and interpreted it as the understanding of the unity of God, not a Trinity, and Jesus' role as an important teacher that was subordinate to God. And in that sermon, he laid out the basic tenets of what he called a pure Christianity, a pure and rational Christianity. It was a theological declaration of independence. Even after the Baltimore sermon and embracing the label Unitarian and redefining it, even after Channing helped gather a church in New York City, even after the court decision in 1820, when that church property was awarded to many of the liberal leaders and congregations, the Unitarians resisted creating a new association, or at least it seems like that. Many of the liberals were not ready to fully separate themselves from the Congregationalist body. It would take 6 more years before the liberals formally organized themselves into an association. And yet the liberals were organizing all along. They had created periodicals like the Monthly Anthology and the Christian Monitor. They had established clubs and ministerial organizations and associations like the Evangelical Missionary Society. A circle of Boston liberal ministers had joined together to hire ministers at large, including Joseph Tuckerman, to serve the poor and those in need. That is community ministry, my friend. And in May of 1820, Channing invited liberal ministers to meet at his church to develop an organization for mutual support. They called it the Berry Street Conference. We know it today as the Berry Street Essay. And yet, the younger generation, did you hear me? The younger generation of liberals still sought stronger connections. At the meeting of an anonymous association, that was really the name, the Anonymous Association, an organization of liberal Boston ministers, young Unitarian ministers like Ezra Giles Gannett, and Channing's assistant minister, by the way, and also Henry Ware Jr., his father, senior, was the one back at the Unitarian controversy time. They and others decided that they could not wait any longer, and they took it upon themselves to design an organization to support Unitarianism in New England and beyond. And so in May of 1825, at the Berry Street Conference, the American Unitarian Association was born. A constitution was adopted and a purpose that wanted to diffuse the knowledge and promote the interests of the liberal tradition of Unitarianism. They did not seek to hide Unitarianism. They sought to share and expand this practical and life-saving tradition. With this act, the separation between the Orthodox and the liberal strands of Congregationalism was institutionalized. It was an act of hope. They were lovers of life. They were builders of institutions. They were seekers of truth and keepers of faith. They are our ancestors, and we are their hope.
Each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings who we are. Each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the spirit of God. We are mothers of courage. We are mothers of time. We are daughters of dust and sons of great visions. We are sisters of mercy. We are mothers of love. We are robbers of light. We are builders of nations. We are seekers of truth. We are mothers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the spirit of God. We are mothers of courage. We are mothers of time. We are daughters of dust and sons of great visions. We are sisters of mercy. We are mothers of love. We are lovers of light. We are builders of nations. We are seekers of truth. We are mothers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the spirit of God. Each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Each child that's born, the morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are.
We are the ancestors. We are our grandparents' prayers, and we are our grandparents' dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors, and we carry the spark of the divine within us. We carry the weight of unfinished promises and unrealized dreams. We are the ancestors of tomorrow. And what kind of ancestors will we choose to be? We gather in this moment of profound challenge when many of us feel worn out, frightened, angry, fragmented, heartbroken. What we hold dear what we hold dear: freedom, justice, diversity, pluralism, equity, inclusion, reason, peace, and love are facing alarming attacks. As individuals, as communities, as a nation, the weight of uncertainty and the erosion of freedom weighs heavily. And we carry other burdens with us: family strife, a layoff, a breakup, a bad diagnosis, a denial or erasure of who we are, friendships broken, loss and separation. And in this moment, volatile markets, a trade war, controversy over citizenship, foreign interventions, businesses closing, economic turmoil, and global uncertainty. And we too face a rigid orthodoxy, and it's called white Christian nationalism. An orthodoxy that seeks to establish what our founders rejected, a theocracy that would silence the very freedom they fought to protect and couldn't even fully imagine the impact of what they were saying. That foundation, the foundation what this nation was started from, and this religious tradition, it's under attack. They're trying to silence us. We live in the times that Quaker activist Parker Palmer calls the tragic gap, the space where between the hard realities around us and what we know is possible. We can imagine what Martin Luther King Jr. called the beloved community. We can envision what writer James Baldwin demanded: a more humane, connected, and just world. Our ancestors had dreams, and so do we. Historian Barbara Ransby instructs us that change is possible. Change is possible, and transformation begins in our individual and collective imaginations, where we look out where we can already see and do the impossible, imagine something we have not yet seen. She tells us, Barbara Ransby tells us, that revolution begins with a dream. And at the end, we must fight for it. We know the possibilities exist because we have experienced them in moments of profound connection and acts of justice that bends the arc towards love, although right now it feels like someone's trying to pull it the other way, in communities that held space for the full humanity of every person. And yet we also know the gaps. We know the gaps in our history and ourselves. As my beloved colleague Abi Jamamachi reminds us, we practice an aspirational faith that frequently, if not routinely, has not lived up to the fullness of what it preaches. We are dreamers awakening. It's taking a long time to get fully awake. We are dreamers awakening to the hard work of making dreams real. Bear with me for this next part. I think I can get through this. This year has taught me something profound about the relationship between dreams and loss, between what we inherit and what we leave behind. 6 months ago, my husband, Frederick, died after 13 months of living with terminal cancer. Now, we had time before he died, time to speak of the past, time to reckon with the regrets and mistakes, time to recall the shared joy, time to dream of a future that would not include his physical presence. But we would continue to be shaped by his love and dreams. We dreamt that together. You knew about this moment, by the way. I have been reflecting what it means to be alive in this moment, to survive the loss of a partner, to be more than 25 years in my Unitarian Universalist service as a minister, 13 years at Meadville Lombard Theological School, and more recently, having the opportunity to serve my local congregation, All Souls Unitarian in Tulsa. I've been thinking about how to reckon with this moment in my life, and also what's happening to us in this nation, and how Unitarian Universalism is caught there in between. How do we live into this moment when there is disappointment and broken dreams? How do we be a part of this movement that's more than just surviving as Unitarian Universalists? In my conversation with Frederick, I learned that grief and hope are not opposites. They are partners in the sacred work of remembering and imagining. When we grieve because we have loved. When we dream because we have hope for the future. What does it mean to be the people who inherit our ancestors' legacies, both the legacies we know of and the legacies that have been silenced? What does it mean that they were both flawed and full of promise? And how do we carry these legacies forward when we ourselves are flawed and full of promise? Our bicentennial for one part of our tradition, Unitarianism, calls us to reflect on the past, all of it. The celebrations, the leadership, the breakthroughs, and the mistakes, the failures, the places where the injustice prevailed. We must never forget where we have failed. We must never forget so that we can hold space to honor the grief, the loss, the missed opportunities, and to do something about it. We also hold tight our inheritance of this life-giving, saving, loving faith tradition. And even as we reflect on the mistakes, this is the both and, my friends. We must still honor the leadership, the creativity, the adaptability, the imaginations, the possibilities of so many who came before us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. Yeah. 200 years from now, let alone 50 years from now at General Assembly, perhaps at Baltimore or the moon, or wherever it may be, what will they say about how we showed up in this moment? Because we will be the ancestors I hope they sing of. The American Revolution did not fully liberate all Americans, but it did create the possibility of a future liberation movements. The Unitarian Revolution did not create a perfect faith, but it created the possibility of a faith that could evolve towards greater inclusion theologically, economically, socially, bodily. Freedom isn't the absence of restraint, it is the presence of love. It's the courage. It's the courage to remain open-hearted even after the loss, even after the brokenness, even after the shattered dreams. It's the willingness to keep on dreaming even when we have lost what seems like our hopes. When we gather like this, bearing witness to life's fragility, and it is fragile, life's fragility and magnificence. Freedom is never finished. We will be the ancestors that are going to be spoken of. Will we then be the ancestors who refuse to let democracy die on our watch? Will we be the ancestors who insisted that no single religion dictates the truth? The work of liberation is never done, but each generation must take up the torch and carry it forward. Remember, Yes, remember in these tough times where rights are being denied and where the clouds of war are on the horizon, where fundamentalism is on the rise and your health and your loved ones' well-being is at risk, Unitarian Universalism must be both a rallying cry and a refuge. We offer sanctuary for the soul and summons to live our values of love and justice out in the world. But we know it. In order to do this, we have to have depth. We have to have the Spirit. We have to have our humanness in connection with one another. We are a faith that doesn't just believe in justice or talk about justice. We offer a moral framework and organized spirituality. We have a courageous history, a history of engagement that's so courageous. And we must not neglect to remember to offer space for spiritual healing and growth. And if you don't have that in your community right now, and you recognize that, then you are part of what is going to be the people gathering to make that happen. We need these spiritual roots, or however you translate that word, those spiritual roots through our music, our poetry, our words, our meditations, our prayers, sermons, and songs that feed us. Feed our sparks of the divine, feed the Spirit in our communities so that we can not only transform ourselves, but then go out and transform the world. We need that fuel, yes. That fuel of healing, that fuel for growth. We need this because bell hooks reminds us that we need each other when she told us, rarely, if ever, are any of us healed in isolation. None of us do this alone. Looking back at what happened 200 years ago when Jedediah Morris tried to brand the liberals as heretics and isolate them, something remarkable happened. Instead of scattering in fear like leaves before the storm, they planted seeds that would grow into strong sequoias. They did not retreat, they advanced and they consolidated their resistance. They organized. Channing's Baltimore sermon became their battle cry. Speak your truth boldly, prove all things, and hold fast that which is good. They created periodicals to carry their new theology across the land. They established clubs where like-minded individuals could meet and create caring communities. They sent ministers at large into the city streets to serve the forgotten and the forsaken. They formed the Berry Street Conference, creating sanctuary for souls under siege. They did not wait for permission. They did not wait for permission. They decided they could not wait any longer, and they took it upon themselves to create the American Unitarian Association. And when they accomplished this, they went from defense to offense, reaction to creation. This pattern is written in our spiritual DNA. Feel it, know it, act on it, live out of it. When they tried to, the Orthodox, when they tried to silence our ancestors, they organized. When they tried to isolate us, they built bridges. When they attack your legitimacy, nurture your institutions that recognize your infinite worth. Communities where you can bring your entire beautiful self. The same fire that burned in their hearts burns in ours today. They are all around us. We called them in this room this morning and online. The same courage that moved them to action calls to us now. We are not here by accident. We are the living legacy of those who refuse to be silent, refuse to be diminished, refuse to surrender their liberation and the liberation of others. The future is calling us now. We are the hope of the ancestors, the ones who came to Baltimore more than 200 years ago, the ones before them, the ones who came after, so many who have been there and helped us expand and understand how big our love is, how grand and large our freedom is. In this moment, friends, don't be afraid. Don't stop organizing. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop loving. Friends, this faith matters. Your congregations, your communities matter. Your dreams matter. And the things we choose to do and say in the months and years ahead matter. Our ancestors, the spirit of life and freedom, and most of all, I think you know the word, love. Let's just say that together. Love is holding us, is carrying us, is inspiring us, is putting our hope in us. Love is all around, my friends. Let's not forget it. Can you feel it? Love is all around.
Won't you dance, won't you join me in moving? Hey. All around, everywhere I look, your love is all around. All around, everywhere I look, your love is all around. Now you sing, all around me, and all around you. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. It's all around, all around, all around, all around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. It's all around me, it's all around you, yeah. I look, your love is all around. Hey, hey, and I look to the north and the south and the east and the west. It's all around, it's in you, it's in me. Let the nation sing. Let the nation sing. Let the people shout. Let them shout, let them hear you. Praise, 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 let your kingdom come. Pour your spirit out. Pour it out. Today is the day to manifest. Manifest your Lord. Let it grow and manifest. Manifest your love. All around me. All around you. All around us. Let me hear you sing it. All around. It's all around. It's all around. Let the people shout. Let me hear you shout. Let your kingdom come. Pour your spirit out. Pour it out, 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 and manifest. Manifest your love. It's a beautiful day to manifest. Manifest your love. All around, everywhere I look, your love is all around. All around, everywhere I look, your love is all around. Oh, your love is too deep to navigate, and it's too high to
time after time after time, your love, it lifted me. It's too deep to navigate, and it's too high to climb, but still it's available time after time after time. Can I get a witness, please? Now, I'm gonna sing a little something. Choir's gonna follow me, and I hope you do too. Here we go. Ah, yeah. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Now you sing.
Everywhere I look, your love is all around.
A little louder. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. All around. All around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. All around. All around. All around. Yes. All around. All around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. It's all around. It's in you. It's in me. It's all around. It's all around. Yeah. All around. All around. Your love is all around. All around. Yes, it is. Yes, it is all around. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Everywhere we look, your love is all around. We understand that during the offering, there was a technical issue with the information on how to give. And it is important that we do give. So we are going to put up the information for the South Baltimore Land Trust on the slides after the service. You're welcome. Blessed ancestors, we have felt your presence with us here today. We, the beneficiaries of your imagination, are grateful for your courage, your perseverance, and your persistence. We thank you for igniting the spark and launching the movement that we now know as Unitarian Universalism. Amen. Thank you for your example and your guidance. We release you from this space, affirmed in the belief that you are always with us, part and parcel of who we are as Unitarian Universalists. Now, beloveds with us here today, both in person and virtually, I just said it, we represent the dreams of our ancestors. The responsibility is now ours to carry the revolution forward, to consolidate our resistance to the inequities and injustices of these times, to organize ourselves in courageous engagement as we assume the mantle of lovers of life, builders of institutions, seekers of truth, and keepers of the faith, to be worthy ancestors of future generations. That's good. Sing with me. People, keep on learning. Soldiers, keep on warring. World, keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. People, powers keep on lying, while your people, they keep on dying. World, keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. No, it won't be too long. So no, I'm so glad he let me try it again. 'Cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. And I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the higher ground. Lovers, keep on loving. Oh, you believers, keep on believing. Sleepers, just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long. No, no, no. And I'm so darn glad he let me try it again. 'Cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm so darn glad he let me try it again. 'Cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. And I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Oh yeah, I wanna go higher, higher, higher. Let me hear you say higher, 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 And I'm so glad he let me try it again. 'Cause my last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. And I'm so glad that I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my highest ground. Yeah, 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 till I reach my highest ground. Till I reach my highest ground. Yeah.
What a great way to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you for enjoying the General Assembly, even though it was remote. Reverend Dana worked really hard doing all of the crunching and the data, making the video great for us today. And we're really looking forward to seeing you all at coffee hour, and where we can be sharing our joys and concerns and love with one another, and also celebrating Jen and Pete's 39th anniversary.
Somewhere in there.
All right. To see you coffee hour.